Calling from a 509 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from? 509?
Sam, this is Ronald Raygun.
Oh, Ronald Raygun. What's on your mind?
I wanted to tell you a story about law school real quick.
Oh, sure. Great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a good one. So I think it was my second or third year I took an intellectual property class.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big, like the sort of the big projects that you do throughout the semester, and it culminates in, you know, whatever bullshit that we had to do was litigating intellectual mocks, right? Like these sort of mock claims. And we were divided into
moot
groups.
Court.
And so,
moot court. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but it was more like the behind the scenes negotiations that lawyers would do before you just go straight to court, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So anyhow, so me and my group and I should say, we were representing the Da Vinci Italian soda syrup company. Are you familiar?
I'm not, but I believe you.
You can imagine the product I'm talking about, right? The big tall bottles that they put in coffee drinks and these sorts of things.
Sure.
So our competitors, Torani, which is another Italian soda company, they were accusing us of violating their copyright and their intellectual property because our label was too similar to theirs. So you have to go through and sort of assess all of the circumstances, right? So are the products direct competitors? Where are they placed sort of in the grocery aisle? Is there intent to deceive the consumer? And then you want to look at the design elements. You know, yeah, Torani uses red, white, and green, but those are that's the Italian flag, right? So it's not like they invented that color combination. And you want to get into all of the facts. And our defense was that our design was sufficiently unique as to have avoided any infringement on their intellectual property. But do you know what would have been absolutely devastating to our case is if the Torani Council had approached us and said, you know what, a week before you changed your label, the head of your marketing company called the head of our marketing company and asked, hey, how did you design the label for your bottle?
Okay.
Suddenly, we have literally no case.
That's so deep.
Because they can show not only that clearly we copied, but that there was intent, right? I mean, this goes to the heart of the matter.
Right.
And so David Pakman is out there acting like this is some big fucking joke. But I take the law very seriously. And yeah, it's great that you asked how to build the set. That only proves your culpability. And, you know, I'm ready to throw down for you, Sam. I don't know anything about intellectual property other than the course I took 10 years ago.
Right, but you seem pretty on top of it, though, I got to say.
Yeah. I don't know much, but I do know about theft.
Don't sell yourself short.
Let's look at the facts. He's not like a guy on YouTube reviewing, you know, toys for kids or whatever thing. He's a direct competitor.
Right.
And this is another submission I would use in a court of law. Somebody in the YouTube comments said, I literally thought Pakman was filming from your studio for a while, LOL. But it's not LOL to me. Okay? So he's acting like, oh, I changed studios, and don't worry, I put this screen up on my left-hand side. But it's clear what he's trying to do. He's trying to benefit directly or indirectly from your branding, which is unique to you and your show. And this is a serious thing. So, you know, everybody's laughing about it. David thinks it's all in good fun. But we'll see if he's laughing when he gets subpoenaed or whatever they do in that type of a court.
That last part does not give me full confidence in your skills as my attorney when you say when he gets whatever they do. But we do have a clip where he's called out. Now, what are the two clips that we have here? I'm glad you.
I guess these are just he's asked. I think followed up. Somebody follows up on Raygun's.
What are the two different clips though?
I think they're consecutive. I think they just clipped them two different ones.
All right, let's dig into this. Here we go. Why don't you stay on the phone, Raygun, because I think you're implicated in this.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, David. This is Brian from Seattle.
Hey, Brian. What's going on?
Hey. Well, first of all, it's an honor to get to talk to you. I've been watching your show for a while, and I appreciate what you do.
Pause it for 1 second. Now,
wow.
I just want confirmation, Ronald Raygun. This Brian from Seattle, that's not you, is it?
No.
Okay.
I've never heard of this guy.
All right. To be fair, because it sounded a little like a fake call, but go ahead.
I wanted to real briefly, I don't want to get into this whole, majority report thing, because, the reality is the whole thing is kind of a joke anyway.
Of course it is.
But
wrong.
Oh, pause it for 1 second. Pause it for 1 second.
Pause it.
Hold on. You're
wrong.
Your phone is breaking up a little bit. Ronald Raygun?
I said pause it for 1 second.
Okay, we did.
Wrong.
Oh, wrong. Okay, good. Now I'm also looking at this. Somebody gave $50, or is that?
You can do different monetary denominations.
Wow. All right. Wow. Okay.
That was my point the other day. Wow, indeed.
Puts that super chat right up on top of that board there as he's just to go ahead.
But real briefly, just to give you some context, the guy that was actually calling in, as a bunch of people I saw in your chat are familiar, is a guy that goes by Ronald Raygun that calls into the Majority Report all the time. And he's a smart guy. He's an immigration attorney, so he
pause it. That part is true.
Right.
That part is true.
Which part?
That I'm smart.
Right. Okay. Good.
Immigration attorney, so he discusses issues a lot of the time about the border wall and ICE and things like that. And he's a smart guy, and he has a lot of interesting things to say. I also think he is used to getting straight through on the Majority Report because they know him and he has a lot to say about.
Wow.
Let me tell you a story. Friday,
this guy's out calling in. First of all, the next thing that happens on this video better be that David Pakman shuts him down for implying that the show is somehow corrupted, that our phone processes are corrupted. I hope Pakman shuts this guy down.
Yeah, it's not we're making people pay to get through to us.
Right, exactly. I mean, this is akin to the John McCain moment where that voter said that Barack Obama was.
This is where David's supposed to go. No, sir. Majority Report's a good show.
No,
we just happen to have our disagreements.
They do not have a corrupt phone system.
I may have stolen his set. We may have disagreements on that, but they run a good show, and there is not a corrupt phone line.
Let's see if he shuts
we just happen to have a disagreement.
Here we go.
Report because they know him and he has a lot to say about topics, and I kind of feel like the issue comes down to.
Jesus.
David Pakman doesn't let me immediately get through and talk, so he's holding everyone hostage. And
so you think, in other words, that this is a personal gripe that he doesn't like that he can't immediately get through to.
Not even so much personal. Yeah. I mean, not even so much personal as I think he has become kind of entitled to that.
Entitled.
His voice gets to get through. He gets to get priority on air, which, in that context, he's an immigration attorney and he has very.
Can we pause it real quick?
Yeah, we can pause it. Sure, of course. No, whatever you say, Ronald Raygun.
I got a story for Brian.
Whatever you say, you're completely entitled, apparently. Apparently you have run of the show.
It's a pause clips now.
Yeah. I got a story for Brian in Seattle. Friday I call. I'm on hold 44 minutes, only to hear Sam say, and one more caller, we're going to Mindy. Fucking Mindy was the last caller. This is after an hour. This is the special treatment that I'm basking in over here on your show.
Listen. Right now, I'm looking at my call thing. We have 30 calls lined up. There are literally 7 people who have been on hold for 43 minutes. 7 people. Then it goes down from there. And so I just go into the pool of 43-minute holders for the most part. Occasionally I'll jump out of it, just to mix it up a little bit. And I'll take I'll randomly pick out of that 43-minute pool. Now, if I run out of 43 minutes, I'll go down to the 37-minute pool of people, et cetera, et cetera.
But the idea that this is about hurt feelings, because I've been trying to get through to Pakman.
Well, I believe that
is my favorite.
That
my favorite take.
That I believe that part. There's no doubt. You're a vindictive person, and if Pakman doesn't let you on, you're going to burn the house down.
I'm not going to deny it.
Okay, let's let it roll. Let's see what else.
Where he gets to get priority on air, which, in that context, that he's an immigration attorney and he has very direct, relevant things to say. That makes sense. But you're not the Majority Report. You don't know him. My other issue.
Well, pause it for 1 second. Now, Ronald Raygun. To be fair, hold on. To be fair, Ronald Raygun, you could be confused that it's not the Majority Report because of the background. That's the whole point, right?
Exactly.
So you could be calling it the Pakman Show, presume it's this show because of the background.
He's got the robot voice. He's using the same phone thing.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Same background.
And again, I'll keep this brief because the whole thing is kind of silly and I don't want to give it too much weight.
Jesus.
My other thing is, it would be one thing if you were saying, I'm not going to do my show today unless I get, 10 new members and da-da-da.
There's an idea.
It's a live stream.
All right. Is part two more
so
more
far,
compelling?
David has not corrected the record.
What is part two? Oh, Brendan's gone. All right. Well, I don't know that we need to do part two. All I can tell you is that we will have a conference, and we'll talk about this. How much do you think I could get by suing him?
Well, you look at it. Okay, so obviously, when you sue someone, you got to look at who you're suing to see, what kind of money they got, and also what the actual damages are. You don't get to just sue a homeless guy and get a bunch of money, right? You know this.
I'm not sure.
Take a look at a super chat. Take a look at a super chat. You want an idea how much money we're going to get?
Yeah.
That money is yours, Sam. But I want to say, people are accusing me of trying to start some shit, and that's not what I'm about. But I do want to say something about the pod save set.
Right.
Real quick. These guys also have panels, but it's not inspired by your design. It's just a really shitty painting. And these guys, from what I understand, are making a lot of money. And they bought an old painting at Goodwill and chopped it into three pieces. And it's of the Capitol and a big flag. And it's the dumbest looking set I've ever seen. They would be better just doing the basement YouTube guy thing just in front of a wall.
Right.
Than whatever it is they've got going on. And so I think that the fact that you're being copied is a sign that on the left there's a real lack of creativity, as evidenced both by David Pakman copying you and by these PodSave people who
maybe I got to change my
backdrop. What's going on over there?
Maybe I got to change my backdrop again, and then as my attorney, could I get Pakman to pay me to do it? Because if I've got to change it to
Yeah, I think that's definitely a thing.
Appreciate it.
According to the law. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. There you go, Ronald Raygun. Appreciate the call.
Just the total humor illiteracy is